Practice video. Just a practice video. We'll start here at the corner. Here's on the side, we got a extra rudder in case the other one gets broken or lost or swept downstream. Also behind it, we have a push pole. So we have a push pole and a rudder strapped to the side. The white PVC you see, that's a little upstake, temporary stakes we put on it to put on the tarp because it's been raining for the last few days. Those are going to be temporary, just for use in bad weather. You'll see the little thing here on the side, the ladder. We have it in case somebody falls overboard. They can get back in the boat or the raft, and it shuts up. Just above it, we have our little fish cooker, and we have our little RV recycled sink. Have a little lantern holder above it. Put a candle in it or something so we can see at night. Got a fish scaler there on the deck, on the rail. Got a little temporary tarp holder on the rear, PVC. It'll all go in a bag when we take it down. And here we have the rudder sticking out the back. This little piece right here, it'll come off. It's just temporarily put up there. It's a part of the deck will be moved, so if we need to go deeper with a rudder. That's a river birch pole. It goes down to the rudder. And the rudder pole is fixed to our king post. We got a pivot point there. And it goes all the way to the center of the raft for easy balance and a pivot point. And only stable, or I say stable, the only solid thing we have that's over 18 inches tall will be the king post in the middle. Not in the middle, but in the back center that we put a lot of stuff on. It's a solid piece. I think every raft, every boat, every something should have a king post. Under here is I can put a boat and guide it, steer it, and I can tie it off back to the back of the boat here. Got a tie point there. It goes to the back of the boat with the one on the other corner. Goes to the back of the boat with a boat motor, and we can push this barge or raft anywhere we want to go for emergency, things like that. Let's walk around. Morgan will be helping me do this when we do it for real. You'll see a little platform up here. That's where our solar panel will go. It's a removable panel. And on 4 posts we got a rope so we can tie it off if we need to. So each post will have a rope. A substantial amount of rope. And there's old pirate rule flag. That's our pirate flag. It's just temporary, but we'll have a political flag and an American flag on it also, I'm sure. Let's walk around. You see the little bumpers I got with the local fire department. They were throwing away these old fire hoses, so I'm using so when you pull a boat or something up next to it and you won't skin your boat up. On this side we got a little gig. I got 3 gigs on board, only one with a pole on it. In case if we break this one, we can replace the gig point. And you see the little cover I got on it, a little wood cover right now. I was going to use a fire hose to put over it. They are dangerous when they're sticking out, so we had to be a little safe with it. It was strapped to the outside, the barge, the raft. And here's another yellow piece. That's a bumper pad. We got it from the local fire station too. He was getting rid of it. He'd almost thrown it away. I went down and asked him about it. Here's a ladder where we get in and out at night and day, and when we go to work on it. And you notice our little limb wall hangers we put on the side. If they get in our way, they'll break off. but we would need them right now. We strap our outside stuff on to it. And just above that's a little another anchor point in case somebody pulls a boat or something up, a canoe, or we can tie it up and they can get on board. So we got a lot of tie down points, eye bolts. And these uprights on this side now came out of some military surplus. They're telescopic. It'll tighten the tarp up if we need to. Pin comes out and you just slide it up. And you slide this whole side up high enough you can fish out from under it. If it was rainy weather, we could still fish or travel down the river if we need to. Let's go on. Here's our one opening on the side. It's about a 2.5, 3 foot opening. And I've got a rope across it. We don't have a gate, but we've got a rope gate, I guess. And you'll notice we sealed up our rails. We put a backing on our rails. That way we can store more stuff inside. Keep it a little dry. Let's walk around to the front, to the bow section. I had some old surplus material, aluminum, that I saved, and I made bumpers out of it for the front. I put our ice chest out front on a little, not a balcony, but a little 2 foot edge we left on it to store stuff outside so it wouldn't be in our way. So we'll put our ice chest and things like that out here. And we have a more than a 5 foot opening on the front, and that post right there, you see, it holds the tarp up right now, but it comes out of a hole in the bottom, and we pull it out, and it's all flat and clear there. Then right behind it is the little fire pit we built with rollers. It all comes apart, and we can dump it out, clean it, use it as we want to. It's going to have sand in the bottom area. Morgan's going to put sand in it for fire protection. We got some fire extinguishers on board in case somebody catches on fire, or a fire gets out, or a candle turns over or something, or somebody just needs cooling off. Let's see, we'll walk on around. Our reflectors, some of them are rolling up. I've got to staple them. They work really good at night. I shine a light out here and they just reflect up a storm. So that'll be good on the river. We were under this tree here. It's where our chickens and guineas used to roost. I had to cut it out. They were pooping on the poop deck. So I got up there one morning and with a chainsaw and cut out the roosting limbs. They still roost in it, but it's further back over behind his tree house. He's got a little tree house up there we made. But you see, we got a fire hose on this side too for a bumper pad, and another door down here. Right now there's the push pole and the rudder pole is blocking the door, but we're gonna have to fix that. I don't want that. And oh, I forgot to tell you, right under the doors on both sides, we got a board with a little specialty lock. Got an eye bolt with a rod through it and a pin holding it. We pull the rod out, the board comes out, and the diving board can be pulled out and blocked up, and Morgan could go diving, jumping and diving, playing off the diving board on either side. This was his idea, and we figured out how to do it, so we did it. He likes it, and I like it too. So we got those hangers on both sides. We just cut some forked sticks and shaved the back of them and put some screw holes in it and screwed it to the wall. We got some inside too, but we hang our hats on them. Okay, let's walk on around here. 9 minutes and 28 seconds so far. We're taking up too much time, aren't we? Let's go ahead. Let's see if we move it a little faster. I'll climb on board here, the way I do every day or every night, every morning. There's our diving board. It's behind this pin right here. We just pulled that rod out. Morgan pulled the diving board out. We got the diving board so it'll slide back in a little easier now. you'll see right in the middle a red wood. That came off old bunk bed Morgan had. He wanted to try to salvage, so we did part of it, the steps, and we made a little captain's table, little control station. Let me get up here. Okay. And on both sides of it, we built little racks. We got fire extinguishers and racks. And that's right in this little slide-in compartment here was a privacy tent in case we have ladies or someone on board who wants to change clothes and get in a swimsuit or get in some dry clothes. But we like this little table. We made a good table. It was a bunk bed with his steps. Used to go up to the second bunk on top. Now we use it for all kinds of things. Here's our king post and a rudder. That rudder slides way forward. It'll come all the way here past the captain's table. We just slide the captain's table over a little bit. I want to show you the rest of the captain's table. We have our gun saddle gun bags, saddle holster scabbards, 2 of them. I think the guns will be fitting there. And right underneath that, I got a little case for a solar panel and another fire extinguisher. And we got some fishing tackle there too. And underneath, behind that, we got some dry storage up underneath, out of the way. In this box here, we keep our papers, keep them dry, our maps, our personal items we want to keep dry. And that thing floats and watertight. There's our fire pit again. We're really proud of that. That's a good idea I think we had. Probably one of the best ones. Oh, here's Morgan's treasure box. This is a little treasure box. He'll tell you all about that. He wanted that box to put treasure in. I don't know what kind of treasure. But then he said he needed a shovel too, so I'll show you where we put his shovel. We got storage underneath it. Got storage in the walls. We got throw out things in case somebody falls overboard. We got a broom to sweep up with. I'm gonna get a different broom. We're gonna do a homemade broom. Put on board. Oh, there's a, you know, one time I got caught out in the bay on a pontoon boat and the motor wouldn't start. Before I knew it, I was going out in the Gulf. I mean, in a hurry. If you don't have an anchor, it'll pull you out one of those cuts and take you right on a wild trip. Nobody will know where you at. You'll be way out in the Gulf because when that tide changes, everybody goes with it. There's our lantern holder, a little short one. And here's our dry storage. I think y'all seen it in the pictures. We only got 3 boxes. One's got trot lines in it, bush hooks and trot lines and weights and things like that. One's got a little lighter in it. I don't remember what's on the other one. We hadn't written on it yet. But I got 5 more in case we need them to store stuff in it, clothes or whatever we need to keep dry. And I'm working on a locker, a dry storage locker now for food and clothes and things like that. And you'll see the lockers in the back up behind it in the wall. We got plenty of rope. Oh, right here on the corner, we got a wet rock, whetstone. You can sit there and sharpen your knife or machete, axe. Oh, I want to show you something else we do some honing with. Daddy had some old belts I found. I was looking for some leather. I put one right here on the bed and we can whip up a good leather. That I've put neat foot oil on it. Here's the other one. It'll sharpen up a storm. Just fine tune a knife after you sharpen it. And we got a metal sharpener here. Got a church key there. Got some extra cutter hangers. So we loaded up, and there was part on Daddy's back of Daddy's belt. It had Barbie on it. The old belts were pretty bad shape, but we brought them back. Somebody blew a horn at us. They said I'd be here all day long blowing horns. I reckon they like our Trump sign out front. This is something else we built we like. They come in and out, but it's a little platform that comes up and we can set stuff in. Right now I got screws and catchums and all kind of stuff in it. You can hang a lantern there. Oh, this is what Morgan really likes. Every time he gets on board, he pulls that machete out, shows everybody that machete. We just cut a slit in it and stuck it in it so it's easy accessible. You never know, man, you might have to cut a rope or something. Let me go over here in the corner. Oh, here's another little platform we built. It comes out. You can store it hanging on the side. It won't be there. Or you can hang a lantern or put keepsakes on it. Or bait. And see, we got plenty of room to fish off of if it's raining. I'll back up in a minute. Got our tackle box. Got some rod holders. Oh, there's Morgan's shovel. Morgan has said he had to have a shovel. And we got a big axe, and Morgan's little hatchet. We put an old axe handle in it. Little short axe handle got broke. We put it in his hatchet head. And we got all kind of gas bottles for our Coleman stove. We need it, or a lantern. And there's our solar table, which is a multi-use table. We can use it to eat off of, or put things on, or workstation, and do all kinds of things with it. And there's that old box I fixed up. Morgan wanted it too. I'm sure glad he likes old things. I sort of do too. Oh, here's a little thing we dreamed up. It's a little corner tie. We can put it on the corner. I got an eyelet out there. We can tie it up on the corner, retie it, and then take a long pole we cut and drive it in the dirt at night along the bank. Hold us in place. We can do all four corners that way. And in the morning, untie us and whatever we need to do. Here, oh, don't y'all hear this? That's an emergency bell. Somebody overboard, use it just the way you do on a ship. Got a little can opener, bottle opener, I mean, old-fashioned one. Got Morgan's machete, another machete, his and mine. They're very sharp. Got a catfish hook we put up here in case we want to clean some catfish. Let's walk around this hole. Here's our custom-made pivot point down there. It works real good with this rudder, real good. It balances good. It's easy to move. Morgan can hang on it and almost steer it all by itself. We hadn't had an award yet. We just think that's true. We got another little. We got a coffee cup hanging on this one with some extra cordage, but it was just cut out of the woods. Oh, here's something. Here's one of Mama's old little mirrors she had in something. It was in her drawer. I found it. I thought I'd put it on here. Has Daddy's belts and Mama's mirror. Isn't that a pretty bell? In the background, I hear the church. It must be about 5 o'clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 o'clock. Okay, here's the overall view of the raft. It's 22 feet long and 12 foot wide. Got a temporary tarp on it right now. Got a captain's table, which is movable, slide it out of the way. But it's real functional. It plays an important part of the raft, we think. On the sides, we got all kind of lockers and storage space. Got a little sink we put in. I got a little pump that's gonna pump water up there out of the river. Wash our hands and wash fish, clean fish. Well, I don't know what I haven't shown you. That's the back side. But it's plenty wide enough. It'll hold five of those cots with tents over them. They're really neat camping items. They're real comfortable cots with a little pad in them. And you got a tent, a fly tent, rain fly they call it, mosquito fly. And they're real comfortable. And besides that, when we wake up in the morning, if we have this tarp over us, there won't be any dew and the ground won't be wet. The raft won't be wet and we'll be dry and pretty comfortable. We can make some Kool-Aid or hot chocolate or coffee or fry some bacon and eggs. There's a rope on the corner. Every corner's got its own rope tied down. And that's an extra pole right there. It's just temporary. It's to hold this tarp taut. When it rains, it won't puddle. That was the only place we had a little problem with. But this temporary tarp is not wide enough to stretch all the way down tight. The new one I've got, the one that'll go with us, these will go too, but the one we'll use, I had it made for this to fit it. So we can pull it tight. I don't know what Morgan's gonna put in that old box, but he's got some kind of idea. And next time you hear from me, it'll be Morgan and I both talking about all this. Now, I told you we could put four tents very comfortably on it and still have walking around, plenty of room to walk around and maneuver and cook and eat and shoot the breeze around the campfire with 4 tents set up. There's none set up right now. I got them taken down. But they're one-man cots, one-person cots with a rain tent over it and a mosquito net. It works really well. It's real light, but it's heavy and sturdy. Well, it's light and sturdy. Okay, that probably does it. It's after 5 o'clock and it's time to go. Oh, what's that song about 5 o'clock? Gotta go.